Won't you just come my way?
Come in.
Baby. Won't you just
Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? Okay, I want to slightly talk about this whole Megan Thee Stallion new album. Okay, I like Bigger in Texas.
Bigger in Texas was a perfect opener for this album. She is a rapper's rapper, period. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about.
You know, and I love the song that she did with Flo Milli with the Sierra sample in the back, right?
I was gagged when Rocksteady came on and that beat dropped, and I said, I love that I'm living to see that songs that I grew up on are now starting to be sampled by the artists of this day and age. Because when you do a sample well, like it is really a beautiful homage to the music that came before you. And I feel like, you know, this sample, the way that Glorilla sample Boosie songs, that's what it looks like when you do a sample well. And also Flo Milli really surprised me on this song. Like, I don't really listen to a lot of Flo Milli's discography. I've definitely fucked with some of her more popular songs, and usually what stops me from really digging deeper into Flo Milli's music is her articulation. It can be a little bit difficult for me when rappers don't really articulate in a way that, you know, connects with me, and I feel like her articulation on this verse was the most perfect I've ever heard it. Like, she was rapping her motherfucking ass off too and talking good cash ass shit, which, you know, we love that from a bad bitch.
But the other songs, I don't know. I have to listen again, okay, guys, because I've been listening to it, and I'm gonna tell you, it just sounds like the same old Megan for me. We always can expect Megan to have bars, you know.
She is a rapper's rapper, period. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about.
And Megan is like on the low saying that all these other girls are this and all these other girls are that. And I think that just because I've heard Glow, I just kind of wanted something different. I wanted the uplifting of women. I wanted something beautiful. She has a love song on there, you know, when she talks about, you know, she's not going to tell nobody about this man. She's in love with somebody and she's keeping it on the low, keeping it between her and her, you know, not saying anything. And I love that. Megan's always going to give us the bars, okay? Allegedly, Megan is going to be going back on tour.
Sad Hot Girl, one of my favorite hotties.
To which I love her rapping. We can always, like, Megan hands down is the lyricist. We're always gonna expect that. I want stronger hooks for Megan.
And I love how she's also bringing back rap that doesn't have a hook, right? That's just verse. That's what made his so incredible for me. Y'all will never give his credit, but bitches ain't just dropping bars and punchlines on hoes' head with no hook. You gotta have a pen to do a rap song with no fucking hook.
I want stronger hooks, and I want a little bit more upliftingness. Okay, I think Glow has set the tone for women to uplift each other, and I'm that's the era that I'm in. I want to hear women speaking positively about other women. I want to hear, you know, girls were supporting other girls. I want to hear that. I'm not here for the dissing and the we gotta catch who she's talking about. To be like, Glow gave us that, but you know, she gave it to us in a different way. And I'm not comparing them because they're complete two different artists, and I want them equally to strive. I just think that I didn't notice that I needed something until I got it, and now I'm like, I want that from other girls, you know.
I seen yesterday when Megan said something about y'all re-download the album, it was having issues. No, your team deleted the fucking album.
I want other girls to see that and be positive, you know. I love, like, Megan's bars. She gives you bars. I love the visuals. Bigger in Texas, all the Texas legends up in there, but it's still the same flow, you know.
Everybody want to be a motherfucking A&R and talk about growth and content and all this other shit when it come to Megan, and y'all been listening to motherfuckers rap about the same shit for decades. Please shut the hell up.
She's, like she said, making millions off the same flow. And I don't like the slight jab that it could go to Cardi and it could go to that girl and it could go to that girl, because the only other person that's been showing you that they don't F with you is Nicki. So if you're not taking shots at Nicki, then what's the point of taking shots at any of the other girls, because they're supporting you point blank period. Maybe, I don't know. I just want to think that she's only coming at Nicki, because in my opinion, the other girls ain't did nothing to her for her to diss. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Well, child, I don't know what to say about that, Barry. But what I do know is, do you know what happens at the sound of my name? Do you know what happens at the sound of y'all name? That's right. Panic buttons get pressed. Amazing. Because let me tell you something. I I'm gonna keep it real with you. I would have had to say, you know what? Let me just go on inside. When you talk it, you got to walk it. You can't be stomping with the big dogs. You understand me? You see what I'm saying? Ooh, fake measuring contest. Okay. Scorpion Barber, yeah, you know, fan Eyes, you know what I'm saying? My thing is this. Honey child, at a certain point, let me tell you something. At a certain point, you just know and the universe know, and you just gotta deal with, your cans and your can'ts. Your can do's and your can't do's. I don't give a fuck what you doing in life. Everybody, want to be the best and stuff like that. Everybody wants to have a record-breaking tour, then get asked to do another tour. Let's have a business talk for 5 seconds. Let's have a business talk. Let's have some real talk. Let's have some bad talk. You see, no amount of smoke and mirrors will ever equal to those butts in those seats. One thing about it, butts go in seats, and butts in seats will always be a very clear and concise indicator of everything you want to know.
I just think that people try to be messy by saying that she could be talking about somebody else. I hope she's not. But I wanted something different from Megan, I think we kind of get she feeds her base all the time, right? I think that she should have, stepped out the window. I love the rock song. I think if we're talking about difference, she had a rock, kind of a heavy red metal rock, song up in there. I love that. It was very different. I love that she explored that. But it still had her same flow, but it was definitely like a heavy metal. I love that she did some singing in here. I love that you could tell that she's experimenting with different sounds. Like, and you can tell that she's growing as a lyricist. You can tell that she's growing as an artist, but I just kind of wanted the flow to be different, and I want better hooks for Megan. I want a hook, because it just seemed like that, like it's just the way she raps is you always could get that same flow, that same lyricism. You could break down her double entendres. You could break down just the lyricist of it all, but I just kind of want better songs. But she is getting into that bag, so I love that. I gotta listen more. I gotta listen to it multiple times. So far, this is just my initial reaction to it. I want to see, like, I love that she's exploring with different Texas artists, which I love. I love that she said that she's going to, come back. She's at the girl, on her own time, coming back, and Nicki on her own time. She's not finna crash out for nobody's entertainment.
Megan Thee Stallion just released a song in which she says, I quote, "Winning so much they thinking it's rigged. Never thought I would do it this big. I'm the youngest, owning her masters. Itches old as bleep, still stuck in a deal," or something to that extent. Back in 2020, Lil Wayne sold Nicki Minaj's masters for $100 million to Universal Music Group. Now, she never did a 360 deal. She didn't sign a 360 deal, so she's not stuck in a deal, but she does not own the right to her masters. Now, Megan, on the other hand, she was one of the first, if not the only artist who have made a unique deal with Warner Music Group, or I think it's called Warner Brothers Music Group, where she owns her masters, but she still gets help from the music group as far as production and promoting her album and having them push it to radio stations. But she's not in like any type of record deal with them. Well, essentially the step she took was she went from being an independent artist to having creative control to being ownership of her masters. Then she created Hot Girl Productions, and then she went on to create this unique deal that I don't think any artist has ever ventured out to even try and attempt to do with Warner Music Group, by
having a deal with them saying, hey, you know, you promote my music, you push it to the radio stations, you get it on commercials, you get me on commercials, but I still own the rights to my music. I still have the masters to my music. And they were like, deal. She's a fucking genius.
I love that. I love like just the energy, you know, it just feels good. Her music feels good. It feels like she knows what she's doing in this new era that she's going in. I love that we're getting a lot of content from her. I can't wait to watch her documentary. I love that the documentary and like everything is just in one, you know, the album, the documentary, everything is in one. You know, one thing that I love about Meg that I think only she does is that she is very like, you can feel yourself dancing to it. I think like, right. You already know you're going to get anthems that you can shake your ass to. Only Meg like has that for sure ass shaking songs. You got to find it for the other girls. Like, oh, this could be Megan. You already know you got that. She has that in a bag. Oh, the club anthems is in a bag, you know, I just want to see her dig a little deep emotionally. But I think that when you hear Meg's music, you kind of know the kind of artist that she listens to herself. So maybe she makes music for the artists that she listens to, the artists that she loves, the artists that she finds entertaining, and I love that. Y'all, I was editing this video and I forgot to put in, so I'm just gonna add this clip onto it. Y'all, when Megan first dropped her album, everybody was talking about the cover, and I didn't like that because I felt like I understood it was given Texas, the cover and everything. And I think somebody talked about it on TikTok, and I really agree with a lot of what they were saying. But when I tell you, like, the album cover is everything. I love the way, like, it's paying homage to Texas. You know what I'm saying? It's given very much Texas. I hate the haters are hating so hard.
This is not that she's coming out with Act 2 of her album, Megan, and a lot of people are coming for her album cover, and I don't think they understand the reference. So this is what the cover looks like, and when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, this is Dirty South Houston down. I know what she was going for, and I think it's cute. So the talented artists who made this said they were paying homage to Pen and Pixel, and if you don't know Pen and Pixel by name, I know you know Pen and Pixel by the work they've done. Pen and Pixel was a graphic design company started by Aaron and Sean Broch in Houston in 1992. Pen and Pixel were the in-house graphic design team for No Limit, Cash Money, and Swab House Records. They created this, and this. Definitely can't forget this. No Limit, Masterpiece, and of course we can't forget the iconic Juvenile 400 Degrees. These two brothers created an iconic style of art that is still being referenced to this day. And not only is their artwork iconic in music, but it's also iconic in fashion, because I feel like so many like bootleg style t-shirts, especially now, come from these designs. You can literally see their influence in the shirt that I'm wearing right now. And they're so iconic, they even came out of retirement to make the album cover for Savage Mode 2. 22 years later, and they still got it.
On that aspect of it, because the album cover is whatever, like, it's absolutely amazing to me. I think it's beautiful. I think it's unique, and I feel like it's different. And I'm glad that she got the people to, you know, give the cover. The people that did a wonderful job. It's given very much so Texas. So I'm feeling the vibes. Everything bigger in Texas. I love the album cover. So I'm here for it. I love the album. To me, Glow album is still the #1 album this year, in my humble opinion. But I love this Megan album. I'm still listening to it. I gotta listen to it a couple more times. I think something else that I wanted to talk about or touch on, I want to touch on the fact that all the stuff that like people are now saying about Megan. Now, one, I get, like, I agree with she's dropping back to back too much. I don't know what's the rush. I feel like I was still listening to her first album when she dropped this Act 2. I just feel like it was rushed, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we're just because we, you know, somebody else dropped music doesn't mean we're not gonna be listening to that. I feel like I was just getting to a place where I was knowing, you know what I'm saying, the first Act 1, knowing everything, you know. And I feel like she's, you know, seeing how wonderful it is for Beyonce, and she wants to do that same thing. But I feel like you got to give people time with your music to learn it and get familiarized with it. Maybe you should do, like, I don't know, 6 months to a year, then you drop. 6 months to a year, then you drop, you know. Somebody talked about it, and I just really agree with a lot of the sentiments this person was saying. So I'm going to put it here, but I definitely feel as though she should have never, like, did a back-to-back, you know. Just my opinion.
I may be one of the only hotties who really feel like this, but it actually really irritates me that Megan Thee Stallion released a pretty good album in June, and now she's giving us another project. Before I get into what I'm going to say, I do love a lot of the songs off of this new project. I just feel like Act 1 had a lot more potential that we're not going to be able to see because now we're focusing on Act 2, you know? It hasn't even been 6 full months since Act 1 has been out, and we're already changing direction and going to Act 2. I just don't like that. I feel like Act 1 has so much potential. Of course, there is Mamushi, right? But I mean, like, there's also Where Them Girls At, right? There was also BAS. And I feel like those were also getting a lot of traction, and she saw that there are people who were really attracted to those songs. So why not promote those songs as well? Why not market those songs out a little bit more so they can become hits as well, you know? I know that we're gonna have Act 3, and I love that we're getting a lot of new music from Megan, but I honestly could wait like another 6 months to a year for Act 3. I can just stay with Act 1 and Act 2 right now. I don't want us to get into anything new. Let's appreciate what we have for Megan right now, you know? I love Megan Thee Stallion, I really do, but she's not allowing us to really get the time to marinate with this album, right? I mean, Mamushi is still on the charts. It has not Let's Not Depart in any way. It's still looking pretty secure and being there for at least a few more weeks. So my thing is girl, give us some more time with these songs, girl. I'm thinking about Sugar Honey Iced Tea by Lotto, right? I think Georgia Peach is starting to get a little bit of traction, which it wasn't really receiving when the album came out, and that album came out in August, you know? So I'm let's let songs marinate and see how the public reacts, right? Because I'm there were still some more hits we could have cranked out on Act 1.
But I love it so far. It feels like vibes, okay? It gives me vibes. I gotta listen to it more though to really tap into, the feels and how I really feel about it. But so far, I love the album.
And also, I would like to add this because I feel like I have to talk about this, and I want to talk about it just to get it out the way, because I find it very annoying how all of a sudden now the baby is begging Megan Thee Stallion for a feature or to do any song with her, even after he just, I don't know, publicly came out and said how he slept with her. I think he was the sole reason why, in my opinion, her and Party fell apart the way they did, because he was going so hard to defend Megan against the baby, only for the baby to later on come out and say that, oh, how he slept with Megan and slept with her the same time that whole thing happened with Tori. We didn't need that. So now all of a sudden he think he finna backtrack after kissing and telling. If it's even true, I don't even believe it's true, but I just think it was very toxic and very loaded that he exposed that in the time in which he exposed it, especially since he knew that Megan Thee Stallion helped his career. I felt like it was very messy. It was chatty patty, and it was him being a female of doing that. Now all of a sudden he's coming out on Drink Champs and saying, oh, I want a song with Megan. I want a song with Megan. Well, it's not gonna happen. It's not. In the words of Cardi B, you're not getting nothing.
Just give me my money. Just give me my money. You ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit, bitch. The fuck?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Not even a wish. You go wish upon a star, you're never gonna get it.
Yeah. Come home, baby. You ain't gotta be making all that lame. None of these other. We can come get it in. Or we cannot.
Y'all make beautiful music.
You gotta, I know how to talk that. Shout out to Meg and any other female out here doing that thing.
The baby made fun of Megan Thee Stallion in some song talking about the day before Tory Lanez shot her, I was effing on Megan Thee Stallion. And he said that as the intro for some album he put out a couple years ago. And he obviously did that for shock value, but might have regretted kind of doing that because he enjoys making music with Megan Thee Stallion. They had some big hits together, songs amassing, millions and millions of views. And he went on an interview with Drink Champs, and he says he wants Megan Thee Stallion to stop doing those lame collaborations with those other people, that lame blink, that S, that explicit word. Do the songs with me. That's what the baby wants. And the baby, he is a stand-up kind of dude, but also is a little hot-headed, seem to have an attitude, because you see he be shooting people in stores. If the Danny Lay's brother got beat up in that bowling alley, so he be standing his ground, kind of popping off with people. So him taking it over the top with Megan, I didn't 100% stand it. Maybe he just wanted Tory Lanez back, or he felt that Megan was snitching on Tory Lanez or lying on Tory Lanez. That's still very unclear.
I just think that is a classic Megan album. Classic Megan album. I don't feel like it's much of a big shift, especially her rapping flow or her, the sound of it all is giving very much so a regular Megan album. I think the difference is she's dissing a lot more here. She's rapping a lot more here, and she's, giving it to us. You know what I'm saying? My favorite Megan song is whatever bitch want to come get it. And I need to stop saying that. Stop saying that I want her to be not distant, but that's one of my favorite songs from Megan, right? That and Captain Hook. Love those songs. So I'm here for Megan, okay? We're here to see where Megan goes this year. What music she's going, where she's going so far. This is just my opinion. I just think that Megan has amazing flow. Megan can rap her ass off, but the hooks are not strong to me. The choruses are not strong to me. I just think it's just basic Megan, I love when she has singers on there. I love because they create a better hook and a better chorus for her to be able to have, some like a foundation for her songs. I just would want better songs and better hooks. Yeah, so I love the album. I love like just the fact that she's getting out of her comfort zone. I love that she's exploring. I love the rapping ability. I love Bigger in Texas. I love the energy. I love her, just the visuals so far. I love all of that. I just want her to make better songs, meaning that like just beautiful songs. I want better hooks. I want better choruses, you know? It just sounds like a endless run, like like I need a something, then it goes, and she's been singing, so I'm feeling that too. I just think that I don't want it to just be like, oh, like 3 albums full of just run-on sentences, no periods, no, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what a chorus is a period, a pause, you know? And I feel like Megan is in desperate need of that, in my humble opinion. But I love the album so far. I'm still listening.
Of why I fell in love with Megan Thee Stallion as a rapper in the first place.
I might come back and, you know, do another little breakdown, but this is just my initial reaction of the album. That's it, guys.